Hey, hey, hey. Grieving ahead of time goddess here. So we had some Schumann activity this week. That is a timeline jump. Um, and then I'm going to scroll down here. Is my quality great? No. So we had a large C flare, which normally we wouldn't get excited about, but it gave us a really huge CME. And when that CME went off, and I'll put a picture of that up in a minute, uh, when that CME went off, it instantly pushed the proton level up to the solar radiation storm point. And then we had another one yesterday, which I'll show you in a moment. The Space Weather Live and read this. Pause to read. It's really fascinating. So there's that CME I was telling you about from that little C6 flare. And this is a perfect example of why the smaller flares during a solar maximum like this can be just as impactful as an M flare or an X flare. This one was really potent. So above me, you can see that yesterday we had another fairly large C flare, but it was not that it was so big in amplitude, it was that it lasted a really long time. And so if you look down below, that's the solar proton flux, and it shot up to the solar storm uh, level, solar radiation storm, and that officially popped up yesterday. And then we also had some geomagnetic activity. You can add on to this the Schumann activity that turned my mom into, I don't know, a whirling dervish on cocaine in her hospital bed last night in the room next door. And she had a very hard time. Rough night. All the drugs, no knock it out. So, anyway, that affects people. And the younger or older you are, the more illness you have, the more it's going to affect you. And I told myself when I was changing the second diaper nightmare, and by the way, sometimes you got to use the word diaper, people. All these fancy words we try to use to preserve their dignity confuses the fuck out of them. So we had an M3.5 right after which she started to settle down. So I don't know what I'm going to do to predict the solar weather when my mom is not here anymore. But in the meantime, I'm doing the best I can to fill you in on stuff. Obviously, things have gotten really real in the last week, and she has days or weeks. So I'm just trying to hang in there, stay hydrated, feed myself, and live in between bouts of intense crying. So I hope you all have a good weekend. We're probably going to get an extended solar radiation storm now that we had this M flare. And everybody was feeling that yesterday and last night as extreme tiredness and exhaustion. That seems to be what these solar radiation storms bring in mostly, is just like tired. And in a metaphysical stance, I believe that that means that it's time to slow down. If you're tired, sleep. If you are energized, then move, dance, music, do something to shake up your energy. Music has been helping a lot with my mom. Short little fun anecdote. I was singing to my mom to help her go to sleep, and every time I stop singing, she wakes up. So the song comes on, and I start singing. Uh, so bye, bye, Miss American Pie. And then I get to the lyrics of, this will be the day that I die. Most awkward moment in elder care, end of life so far. And what made it even fucking funnier is that I'm singing it like, oh, I hope this isn't disturbing. And then as soon as it goes into the, did you write the book of love? She starts going like this in the bed, like half asleep, rocking to the music. So if I can find my sense of humor with what I'm going through at the moment, you can find yours. And it's a superpower. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't laugh at things that are sad or hard or difficult or embarrassing or humiliating or whatever it is. It's your life experience. And if your brain is prompting you to laugh to release that cortisol and burn that off, then do it. All the dark jokes are funny. We were actually talking about yesterday, since we have days and weeks, about, should we, these are all jokes, by the way, folks, but we were like, maybe we should start a pool and everybody can buy a square and see who gets it right. So that's where things are at. And if I can do this, you can handle whatever's going on in your life. I believe in you 100%. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you're not going to cry and feel frustrated, mad, and angry and all that, but let the humor in, listen to some music, let yourself cry. All my love.